think we had a little bit delay, but I was talking to finish this topic. For example, next week I will get vacation on my job, my main job, right? But before
Yeah.
I decided to do this, I've preferred to finish my current main tasks in my job before to ask
Yeah.
about this vacation. Because, for example, next week I will spend some days with my sons. I will pass 4 or 5 days with him, and I will stay here on immersions with my sons next to me. So, but I
Yeah.
organize my tasks and appointments to do this, right?
Yeah. I totally understand you. Yeah, it's a good topic. So, Oswald, I know maybe my connection is unstable, but we will
Yeah.
try to be here and have
Okay.
a good conversation.
Okay.
And by the
Okay.
way, we are live on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
And hello, YouTube. Good morning. It's Friday, 7 a.m. And I'm here with Osvaldo for more one conversation, talk and talk. And today you are talk about the impact of technology on modern society. And I really like to talk about it because, for example, it's not a class, of course, here, but we are learning English or practicing English. And it's just possible because we have a connection, we have a technology, we have, yeah.
We are
So I
here
think
talking using
technology,
amazing technology.
yeah. And I could improve my English or I could have a contact with other persons or with a course or yeah, a lot of things or a lot of information because you have a technology nowadays, yeah. And when I start to think about the need, it will be it's needed uh, move myself to other place to have a class, for example, or move myself to have a resolve some problem. And nowadays, it's not necessary. We have a different device, different technology, and for me, it's a good. But we have a pros and cons, yeah. And we are talk about it, yeah, Osvaldo.
Yeah.
And I think it will be a good conversation because you are a technology guy, yeah. You
But I
programmer,
don't know
you are a
everything, right?
programmer, yeah.
But I don't know everything.
But you can explain a little things about it, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
No,
we
no
can try.
problem.
We can try that.
And yeah, yeah, you can try it. Okay, just remember for all, I'm not a teacher. I'm just here to improve my English skills and practice with Osvaldo. And yeah, let's go. And I will start with you, Osvaldo. Please introduce yourself. Talk a little.
Okay, let's do it. Well, I think someone watch talking at YouTube channel maybe know me, so I will advance to my hobbies and job occupations and something about that. So uh, I'm so curious person, and I try to keep me organized um, to about my appointments and my tasks. Like I was talking with Belle some minutes ago, I booked my vacation to next 2 weeks. Um, and before I decided that I tried to finish my main tasks. Uh, and yesterday, 2 days ago, I finish my main tasks, and I asked for the vacation because uh, I'm a little bit tired because I've been working in that company. Uh, um, Let me see, um, 2 years and a month, and 2 months to be precise, and I didn't had a little bit vacation, right? So I need to uh, um, stay a little bit relaxed and recharge my energies, right? So uh, yesterday was a day that I had like Charlie Brown songs. Some days we have the fight, and another we have the glories. So uh,
Yeah.
yesterday was a day that I had a little bit glory, I would say, because I received um, some important elogios. I don't know what is
Oh,
elogios. Elogios.
complain maybe. Let me
Compliments or compliments.
complain. Yeah.
Compliments. Yes, I received compliments yesterday for interesting people that was working with me last 4 months. One of my that this task I've I had working that for 4 months, so 4 months. So it was a hard task, but we finished, and everything is okay now. uh, and I like to learn about everything around me. I'm a curious person. And my hobby, or when I spend time with my sons, I when they talk to me about something that I've ever heard about, I try to search about that and so on. It's it's the Oswaldo. And how about you, Vel?
Okay. Yeah, I love because I mentioned that in the other conversation. I love that because you start to introduce yourself, not about, not talk about your job or your
Yeah,
occupation. Because
yeah,
here
yeah,
it's very common. Hey, my name is, and I work like a,
yeah,
so it's a good one because we work and to do something, but we not that thing. We,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
it's
yes, yes.
not because I'm a military. I need to be like a military,
Yeah,
or my
yeah.
life is to be a military. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I really like that conception, and normally I try to to do that in the during the immersions because it's hard when I start to think like, oh, I'm Belle and I work like it's no, I don't will talk about my work. And who is Belle? Yeah,
yes, yes,
how can I explain about me without talk about my work?
yeah.
And it's a
I think it's
interesting, it's like a
exact
challenge
way
for
like
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Actually,
yeah, I will
to
try to
be
talk about
honest,
me.
Bill, I'm trying to follow a few advice, right? He advised
Oh,
me, he had advised me to try talk a little bit more about my occupations, right? Because it's aligned to my to my goal, one of my main goals, right? That's to get
yes,
a job in another country and live abroad and so on. Because that,
yeah, I get it. Yeah. But it's important to recognize we have other parts in our life. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
We have other factors. We have a personal life. We have a, yeah. So I really like that conception. And it's really interesting when you start to talk about yourself and not necessarily talk about your work. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, let's continuing. And about me, I mentioned uh, I'm a military, like I mentioned before, but it's the good topic to start to study English because my work requests me that. Yeah, it's necessary for me. I have a lot of responsibility when I control planes, and I know that's involve other lives. And okay, I work in the international airport, so I need to be able with the pilots because
Yeah.
we have a standard physiology, yeah, uh, a standard communication. But I need to think in the unusual situation, like if a pilot have an emergency situation or have some problems, it's not possible use that kind of communication physiology. So I need to be able, I need to be, I need to be able to talk with the pilot to help in that situation. And because of that, I started to study English. Was my first motivation. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm responsible for that, so I will
Oh
try
my,
improve myself.
I'm so curious. I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt
go ahead.
you. I'm so curious about one topic in your job. Did you ever seen a emergency situation?
Yeah, yeah, it's not common, but how can I explain it? It's like we don't have a routine. Yeah, the traffic, the planes are so dynamical, but and we have a lot of procedures, but it's possible happen situations like that, like an emergency situation or a problem firing on the cabin or in the cockpit, for example,
And the
or emergency situation like a medical situation board. Yeah,
and
some
did you see someone
feels
something
sick.
about this? Oh my!
Yeah, we have
I
some
think
kind
I
of that
if
situation.
if
And
if I get with me, I freezy. I think.
yeah, involve emotional emotional issues,
Oh
of course, because
my.
we start to think, oh, there are other lives, and we can help them, but we are responsible to do that. It's
Yeah.
we really want to help, but sometimes don't depend of me or my coworkers. Yeah, so we have
Yeah.
that kind of situation, and we need to be
Oh.
able to help them. And yeah, for example, here we have a situation, babe on board, and in that situation, they have we have a problem, and the plane don't be able to landing on the runway because
Right.
there are some problems on the yeah, so on the plane. And in that
I
situation,
see.
it's like, oh my gosh, we need to save them, we need to work to help that in that situation. And it's possible normally, and the 1800% don't happen at anything,
Only
but when happen, we
1800%?
need,
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
I
But
I
when
I
happen,
hope you will say, oh, 99%. Oh my God.
no, I need to be honest, yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
are
hard.
able, we work like a team, yeah. And but yeah. And because of that, I started to study English, yeah, because with that situations happen in English, I need to be able, I need to control my
Oh
emotions
my
and
God. You
apply
really
my
needed
best to
that
form.
psychologist. You need therapy for sure.
Yeah,
It's
therapy. Yeah,
hard.
sometimes
It's
it's
hard.
necessary.
No.
But yeah, it's a good job. It's an interesting job, but
Yeah.
sometimes can be a stressful. Yeah. And but when I start to study English and become a personal challenge, and nowadays it's so it's a therapy for me to be here and talk about different
I can
topics
imagine it.
and talk with different persons. It's a good um it's a good moment for me. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice.
But just yeah, just continues about my presentation. Yeah, I live in Salvador, Bahia, but I'm from Fortaleza. I'm 29 years old. Let me see. In my free time, I like to watching some videos or I'm trying to cook. I really like ride on bike and spend time with my dogs, have a deep conversation with my or spend time with my family. Yeah, I think is that. I'm a simple person, by the way. I like to enjoy the simple things in life. Yeah.
I can realize you're a simple person, Belle. I can
Yeah,
realize.
I'm a really simple person. So, and let's continue about we talk a little about that, but the first question is really interesting because, for example, we can live that moment. And for
Yeah.
you, Osvaldo, how's the technology change the way we're learning? And what do you think the pros and cons about the online education? For example, did you have a course from a distance course or online course? Did you have that experience? What do you think about?
Well, to be precise and honest, uh, uh, the current ways to learn is are uh, definitively important to me to be here because my current occupation is totally was totally learned on online ways because when to be precise when I learned a little bit about program it was let me see 20 2009, yeah, 2009. uh and by the time uh I've I've learned on the traditional way on the physical class, physical schools, technical schools to be precise, and but that way I learned it. I I didn't really I didn't like to work with these topics, right? It's a curious because I know program for let me see 15 years almost 15 years, but I started to like a lot it after 2019 year then after 2019, right? So more near in our current time, right? So I think our current technology is are so important to many people's learn about everything. Um, and I really love how the technologies help us to achieve our goals and our acknowledgements, right?
Yeah,
And I
perfect.
really like, I really, in my case, if we didn't have these ways to learn, I didn't learn for sure. I did learn almost all things I can do nowadays, right?
Perfect. Yeah, I totally agree
And
with you.
and for you,
So yeah, I totally agree with you because, for example, talking specifically about English, for example, today it's possible for me have a more contact, yeah, with the language because we have a technology, yeah. But talking about online education, for for example, the English, it's good for me because and talk, for example, also because normally when I have a free time, I can be here and I can practice my English, for example. And if I think about the traditional education, I, for example, I need go for a room, I just will have two class per week, for example, or just one.
Did
And
you
I
ever
think
do some course about that?
for never,
I
never,
did. I did.
really,
Frisky.
really,
Frisky,
and
the famous Frisky.
okay.
I did it
Yeah,
for
I
four
never have
years,
that opportunity. Oh gosh. One
but
time
I
per week
didn't
or two times?
one time for a week. But I didn't learn almost nothing,
Yeah,
to be precise.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's not because it's not enough, but because, for example, for me to learn English, I need to have contact with the language every single day. Because when I stop it, have a contact, it's like, oh, I'm not good. I'm a blockhead.
Oh, I feel the
Yeah,
same like you.
some, yeah. So and I think today it's more it's easy because we have a YouTube videos, we have a songs, we have a lot of information on internet, for example. And today
Podcast.
we have that opportunity. Yeah, podcasts in English, book a lot of books. We have a different dictionary. We
Talks.
can follow yeah, we can follow the native English speakers. And today it's easy because I remember I had one person in my childhood, that person talking English, but when she told me about how can you improve your English or learn your English, it's like, oh, in my time, I needed looking the I don't know to explain the CD and the letters of
Compact disc.
songs and this yeah because we in that moment the persons don't have a lot of information
Yeah.
or device to practice the English, yeah. And
Yeah.
nowadays we are here, for example, 7 a.m., yeah. And in the past for us have a one
Yeah. Yeah.
we need move for the other place, yeah. And yeah, for when you talk about the English, I prefer to be here in the online way.
Okay.
But for
Me
example,
too.
nowadays I'm a college, for example. I study from a college. I study resource, human resource, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
and
see.
I have a other experience from a learning. A learning, it's an online way to learning, and for me, don't work because
Yeah.
for me, I need have a contact with a teacher, with other persons. I prefer to be in the presential way, yeah.
Interesting.
And I try. I need to say, yeah, I try it all the time. I try have a class from a learning or the online way, and for me, it don't work very
I
well
think
because there
I
are a
think
lot of
college, we have
material. There
to
are a lot of information.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I was completing you that the college is, in my opinion, is important for us uh, um, to keep um, profundo. You said some minutes ago,
yeah, deep.
to to keep a deep learning with our classmates and teachers and college.
Yeah,
But
I think
professional
I think it's
courses, it's
necessary
common. We study like English, for example, study
yeah,
by the online way.
online. Yeah, I had other courses from the learning, yeah, from online in the online way. But it's a short course, yeah. It's not like
Yeah.
4 years or two years. For me, don't work very well because it's like it's just me and a screen and a lot of books, and I think we can improve or we can enjoy more, yeah, when you have contact, social contact. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's my
yeah, I
opinion.
agree.
I don't know. Maybe in
I
the
agree with
future
you.
I'm able,
Yeah,
but nowadays um, I really like the traditional classroom, the class. And let me see. But for example, in the English, I think we have more benefits because we can We can know other persons. For example, I had teacher from the other country,
Yeah,
and for me was amazing. I could improve myself a lot because
for
of that.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you can
So
study in everywhere, like you are in your office or in your
yeah,
house and so on. It's
perfect.
nice.
Yeah, that's it. I just need a smartphone or a computer or
Yeah,
a connection, and it's totally possible learning. Yeah, nowadays.
yeah. It's very
So
good.
let me see the next question.
Okay.
And and I think in the future will be very normal. Yeah, I think in the future will be very common have a class and the online way,
Yeah.
because I think spend it's not so expensive. Yeah, we can achieve more persons and don't spend a lot of money. Yeah, it's my opinion. Maybe the future will be very common.
I
Yeah,
would add that we will have some like that virtual reality and something like this stuff to improve our immersion, right?
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
we will have more technologies about that in
yeah.
our learning process.
Totally, totally. Of course. Will be the future. For example, today we have a different apps, for example, and you can practice the conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a robot, it's a machine. But it's possible if you don't have anyone, maybe
Yeah.
you can try. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's nowadays it's possible.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, for the second question, it's an interesting question for me. I don't know if you have a social media, but
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
example,
I
nowadays I
have
just
some.
use a YouTube, yeah, and we have of course pros and cons, but for you, how has the social media affected the relationship,
Yeah, it's
and how do you think it's changed? For example, when you compare nowadays in the past, do you do you think that's impacted the communication? What do you think about that? I love talk about that because I love the
yeah.
it's not a movie, it's a series, Black Mirror. I don't know if you watch
Yeah,
that's
I've seen
that
some
series.
episodes.
Yeah, I like it. I love it, that series because
Yeah,
we can realize some impact of technology in society, in the relationship, and
yeah.
yeah. What do you think about?
Okay, my opinion, I have to start this conversation telling that in my opinion, we were more happy. We were happier than now, right? Because uh, we are humans, and humans need to stay near next to humans, right? So nowadays we have a lot of tools that we uh, don't need to be near ourselves, but because we can do almost of tasks in our home, in our computers, and so on. But the human essential, in my opinion, is are lost, right? Um, I really believe that is important. We are near people and to do almost almost of everything, but nowadays is totally opposite that. We are doing almost things alone, and in my opinion, it is improve our mental issues, health, uh, and body health too. And but the other by the way, né? By the way, we have a good things about that. For example, we can uh, we can have contact with our relatives or important people for us on the social networks, but uh, unfortunately, almost of people using social networks to talking to trash talk and all of this stuff. Um, we have a good technologies, but almost of people don't use very well, right? In my opinion, that's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's a controversial topic because, for example, we have more, for me, it's like we have um, more numbers, but we don't have a quality. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Example,
problem.
we have more contact. Yeah, we have contact with a lot of persons from online, the online
Yeah,
way or in
a
the
thousand, two
social media.
thousand, and so on.
I remember when, yeah, followers. I follow
Yeah,
a lot of persons. I have a lot of friends on the
yeah,
social media. But when I need someone to talk, when I need someone that I trust, or when I
yeah,
need some help, or it's not polite or it's not correct to talk with that person because it's like it's
yeah.
a virtual friend. It's a just
Mm-hmm.
friendship, virtual friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we don't have a real connection with that person,
Yes,
maybe.
you're completely right.
Yeah.
It's the truth,
So yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. And the other point, it's because when you have a social media, the most part of the time you follow someone, and it's not a real life. It's like a life that person building on the virtual way for the
Yeah.
all persons looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, for a long time ago, was a big problem because I'm compared with other persons. I
Oh
know it's
my.
it's about me.
It's a
Yeah,
mistake.
I'm. Yeah, it's a mistake. I totally understand you. I need to split, or I can. I need to distinguish that. But normally, when I have a free time, I'm looking for the
Yeah.
Instagram profile. There are a lot of persons. It's like, and it just scroll, they scream, and for me it's, oh my gosh, that person just traveled, that person have a lot of money, that person
Yeah.
it's happy all the time. And I
Yeah.
know sometimes it's not that, it's just because the person just post
Yeah.
specific moments, happy moments in your life. Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to, yeah, and nowadays I prefer to put focus in the other things in my life because I lose a lot of time looking other lives or other virtual life. Yeah,
The most important
but
thing you learned
yeah,
with that. So
yeah,
nowadays you're
it's like that.
you fix that.
Yeah, just I have a question. For example, I thought about that. For example, I have contact a personal in the personal way the most part of the time with my coworkers or friends from our work. And do you know someone in the personal way from your work, or do you have contact in
Yeah.
the personal
Yeah, yeah.
way, the presential way?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yes,
it's
because
it's normally for you.
in some jobs, in current job, yes, because the company organize a near event, right?
Oh,
So we stay at the company city place, right? Company
okay.
branch, I guess. Um, and we spend a week in that event. And normally that event occurs on January every single year.
Yeah.
Uh, so we and know ourselves, right? But in
Yeah.
another jobs, I worked only by the home, and I didn't know the
Oh
people,
gosh.
and it was strange because in one of them I was fired, tired, I guess,
Yeah.
despedido, fired or tired, tô confuso. Uh, and I was fired, I guess.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the people hired me. Ó, agora eu tô confuso. Hired, fired, tired. Nossa Senhora. Eu fui
Fired.
despedido pela
Despedido, I
pessoa
think
que me
fired.
contratou.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't know that person. And
Oh,
it was strange for me, that situation. But
yeah.
it's happened. It's
Yeah, for
happened.
me it will be like strange.
Yeah, it is strange, but
Yeah,
it
it's a strange
happened for
situation.
me.
Yeah, don't have.
Yeah. Uh, but that situation was strange, but at really I I used to live with this way, right? Uh, I used to I've used to live that way. I
Yeah,
don't agree with this approach, but uh, it's common nowadays.
yeah. For me,
And for
it's a
you,
little, it's a weird.
and for you,
Yeah,
you had some job that you worked with only online in person people.
no, no. I
No?
have some experience. I had some experience from a company. Uh, I don't know how to explain that, but was a company de automação comercial. I don't know to say that, but I have that experience, but was in the presential way. Really, it's a it's new. It's a new conception of work by home, and I really like that because it's for me it's the future. It's the future start, but in the past was not normal. I think was more common because after the pandemic, yeah, was a necessity, and nowadays it's a reality because
Yeah,
maybe it's not so expensive for the company, or you can use the other you can use a lot of professional from the different part of the country or the world, and it's
yeah,
a good one because we can the companies can use the different skills, yeah. But yeah, for me it's a reality now, but it's a new. And for example, for me, it's not possible. Nowadays, I need to be here and I need to use my device because we have a different device. We need to use the radar system. We need to use the radio physiology, and it's not possible to control flights
yeah.
from by home. For example, maybe in the future, I think will be possible,
Mm, I
but
don't
just
know.
along for yeah, I think maybe it's not because that's kind of activities we really need to be concentrated.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need help for the others.
yeah,
And for example, to be at home, my workload will increase a lot because all the time I need to have a connection or have a conversation or coordinate information with others.
yes,
So maybe my work will be increased a lot, and I don't know will be possible. But
yeah,
and for example, I start to study some things, um, programming things, because maybe it's opportunity in the future. Yeah, And here in Talk and Talk, I have contact with a lot of persons, uh, software development, and for me it's a interesting job because work by home for me it's okay, it's amazing, it's
Yeah.
a it's a good opportunity. Yeah,
And I really
yeah.
love
But
to
for
do
me it's not
this
a reality.
that way. Uh,
I know, I think for you it's amazing. We
I
can
love
we can
if I can, I will work only at home, right? Because it's really good. We
Yeah,
have
I know.
more time to do everything we want. It's amazing.
Of course. I know. Maybe I have some friends, and the dream
But I have a
from
device. I have a
from
device. The people
really,
need
please.
to be a focused people, right? Focused
First,
person. Because
yeah,
if we don't have a focus, it's hard to work at by home.
yeah.
We
We
need
can
to be
organize your life.
focused.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we
yeah.
need. And we have
I
we need to make our family understand that we are working, only working. We aren't at home. We can't
yeah,
repair the chuveiro.
yeah.
We can repair that.
You need
We are
you need
working.
your eyes. Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
need to be commitment,
it's
responsible.
hard.
Yeah, of course.
It's hard.
Yeah, one time I was reading some posts on the LinkedIn, and there was a girl, and she put in one sentence, interesting sentence. She put something like, "My boss, it's my deadlines." Yeah. So because you
Yeah,
don't have a
it's
boss
really
the
the
person
truth.
away, but you have deadlines to comply.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I work totally
So
by tasks. I have to finish tasks, and I'm I evaluated by the tasks I've done, right? So
okay,
it's
you don't
completely right.
have a okay, but I have a question because you receive your
Money.
salary depend of yeah your money depend of the how tasks did you do in your job, how many
In my
problems did you solve, that's
In
it,
my
that's it.
contract, is not work that way. I receive a fixed salary, right? Like a common job as CLT, for example.
Okay,
But I work as
yeah,
a juridic person. I don't know if it's the right way.
okay,
PG, right?
yeah,
So, um, but I know that some contracts are about um, oh, meu Deus, que nem de jogador, produtividade, de produtividade, tem jogador de futebol.
yeah,
So, some
you
contracts,
can receive more, you can
yeah,
receive more if you are more
yeah.
productive.
But
Yeah,
in development area, it's hard. You measure the job with that way. Uh, the the quantidade. Uh, uh,
activity.
because, like I said, I worked as one task that was during for 4 months. 4 months working in one task. But the task
Oh,
changed all of the system that we worked. To, to, uh, I have to give idea. The our software was was completely changed the way that works because that task I've done, right? So the
okay,
the
yeah,
the our product doesn't work more that way it was worked until now, right? it is disruptive, right? So depends of the
Yeah,
situation, right? I try to say for you, it depends of the situation, but
yeah.
it's a very ways that contracts the job contract.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I have one curiosity about your work because it's a developer, yeah?
Yeah,
Did you use the Python program or other language?
yeah. I work as a JavaScript and TypeScript program. It's another
Yeah,
language.
and you, for example, yeah, and nowadays, for example, do you think you use more your language or you use more the logical thoughts? What do you think? You
I
need to
think
use
it's
your
mix of them.
logical to resolve problems, the both, yeah?
Yeah, I see you. The both, because when the time was passing by, we using more advanced language features to write and solve some problem, right? So
Yeah.
I think we use both of them. It's necessary, and
But
that's it.
just other question. But maybe your main problem or your big problem in your work, it's think about how can you resolve that problem or not. It's like no, it's easy to resolve, and I just will put the language here, the codes, and what do you think? Do you
In
have
my
some
way.
problem to think about that?
Yeah, I try to pick up the problem in smaller parts, right? We have a big problem and try to pick up it, right? Picar,
Yeah,
tá certo? Ah, tá. Uh,
yeah. uh,
okay, and
Split, yeah, split.
yeah, split's better, I think. We split the big problem and organize that pieces and start for the first to last uh, pieces of the that problem, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes but sometimes it's hard to see uh, where we want to get, where we want to get, aonde a gente quer chegar. É difícil a gente ver onde a gente quer
yeah.
chegar, às vezes.
Okay. So yeah, it's really interesting. I
Yeah.
I at the moment I have one purpose for the next conversation. The others, yeah, because the next conversation on Friday will be about the 10,000 hours rule. I don't know if you know that theory. There's a book about it, and it will be the next topic. But I think I will do an interview about the programming life or yeah, something
I
like that
totally
because
agree
it's
with
really
you.
interesting.
I will be here.
Okay, thank you. And for the moment, the time it's over. I'm sorry, it's
Okay,
8 a.m. Was a one
I
hour
see.
of conversation. Thank you for the conversation. I love it. It's really good talk with you.
For me too.
And yeah, I see you in the other time. Okay.
I